Let's talk about a rare governor who's actually looking to increase the ways you can defend yourself against violence and mobs. That's a rarity. Let's talk about that here on this episode of Guns and Gadgets. Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, the premier source for Second Amendment news. This is where you will find all of the Second Amendment related news, no matter if it's good, bad, ugly, or indifferent, here on Guns and Gadgets. So check it out. Let's talk about Florida and Governor Ron DeSantis. Now, Governor DeSantis submitted a legislative draft into both chambers in Florida, and what he's looking to do is to expand certain aspects of Florida's Stand Your Ground law. Now, before we jump into this, I realize that Stand Your Ground laws, or in some states, castle doctrines, are one of those hot topic issues where many people either hate them or love them. And I want to preface this by saying that the Second Amendment to the United States Constitution has nothing to do with deer hunting or quail hunting or anything like that. It is specifically there for your protection of you, yourself, your loved ones, your property, and also the nation, right? To combat a tyrannical government and take back control. And one of the things that has been under attack for quite a while is the ability of the citizen to defend themselves. And we've seen that manifest itself in a myriad of ways. And recently, the cool thing is to tag along to peaceful protests and become rioters and looters. Now, I do strongly believe in our right to protest, to peacefully protest, which is protected under the Constitution. But the second that you become a looter or a rioter or beat somebody down or take somebody's life in the name of social justice, you're no longer operating under that constitutional window. You are becoming a criminal. Now, with that said, the draft that Governor DeSantis has issued to the chambers, it hasn't been filed yet as a bill. They're just looking it over at the moment. But that looks to actually increase the amount of ways that you can legally protect yourself or your business. Now, some media outlets are calling it an anti-mob legislation, but there's actually more to it than just making it sound like they're going to give Floridians the okay to start shooting down people just because of a mob. It's not that simple, nor should it be. Now, the governor is saying that this legislation is an attempt to prevent violent and disorderly assemblies. There's also a little bit in there that involves the interruption and impairment of a business. And this new area that they're looking to obviously get into a bill and to have it go through the houses and hopefully pass would allow you to defend your business from violent looters if it was within 500 feet of a violent or disorderly assembly. Now, 500 feet, for those who are wondering, it's just under 1/8 of a mile by like 125 feet. Quick math off the top of my head, but it's less than 1/8 of a mile, which isn't, it's not very far, but it's not like a far reach either. Now, immediately, those anti-gunners came out in defiance, and I'll read you one of the quotes that I found kind of hilarious. And this comes from the Miami-Dade County prosecutor named Denise George, or Georges. And the quote is, "It allows for vigilantes to justify their actions. It also allows for death to be the punishment for a property crime, and that is cruel and unusual punishment. We cannot live in a lawless society where taking a life is done so casually and recklessly." Now, I do agree that taking someone's life has to be a last resort, right? No, the OK Corral deal, like when all the states that are looking to pass constitutional carry, those opposed always say, oh, there's going to be shootouts in the street. It never happens. And because of that, I want to hear how you think about this down below. I know that there are people from all walks of life and belief systems, and I'm trying to get us all realize that the Second Amendment is something that binds us all together. But what do you think about defending properties with guns? Let's have an honest conversation down below. I'd love to hear it. Now, Governor DeSantis's draft legislation also includes a facet that would make protests that block, public streets and highways a third-degree felony in Florida. This legislation also seeks to grant immunity to drivers who unintentionally injure or kill the protesters who are blocking traffic. So if somebody's driving through because they can articulate that they are in fear of their life, which if you're looking around at the issues we've had in the last 6 to 8 months, where people are stopped in traffic, their cars surrounded, the cars are smashed, and people are pulled out and beaten or killed, isn't really a big stretch to articulate. And if that person believes that fleeing that area would save their lives and someone happens to get hurt as a result, this would look to grant them immunity, saying that yes, that person's life is valuable, where they can save their own life. Now this draft legislation, well, news about it has only come out in the last couple of days, was actually submitted to some Florida lawmakers back in September. So this has been brewing for a couple months now. Now current Florida law for stand your ground allows Floridians to defend themselves with deadly force if they believe that they are at risk of imminent danger or death. Then on the flip side, there's that component to stand your ground where you get some people who think that they can just act without being legally okayed. Stand your ground is not a all access pass to go cuckoo and start mowing people down. You actually have to be in that area of lethal force where it has to be justified. It's just some of the laws are just insane and archaic and need to be updated. But let me know what you guys and gals think. Those of you who live in Florida, if you're for these changes, now is a fantastic time to start reaching out to your elected representatives. If you're not sure who your elected reps in Florida are, I'll have a link down in the description to make that much easier for you. For everybody else, please share this video. If you found some information valuable, hit that thumbs up. And if you want to be informed on Second Amendment issues, no matter where they happen, please consider subscribing to Guns and Gadgets and join this growing freedom family. And I also want to say that while we're on this topic of defending ourselves, it could happen to any of us. You take a turn and you could see some type of protest or demonstration in front of you. You could be surrounded like this bill addresses. You could be facing somebody who is hell-bent on causing violence, and you have to defend yourself. It's always better to have that legal defense ready for the phone call than to scramble or worry while you're in a jail cell of how am I going to defend myself and what's going to happen to my family. So please consider joining the USCCA. I just spent a couple days with the USCCA team. They are great people, and I thoroughly believe that you should be able to defend yourself legally if you have to use armed self-defense. And the USCCA will absolutely help you do that. They'll bail you out. They'll help fight the case for you from soup to nuts. So check them out, uscca.com/GNG. Check them out down below. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate each and every single one of you. Thank you for your time. And until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, carry a weapon, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, everybody.